Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome to the last Monday of the year. I am looking forward to a new year, but it is not quite here yet. We are still in 2025, so be careful to end the year right. Don't get too wild on New Year's Eve. Good morning, Mr. Ed, Mr. Nick, Mr. Pete, Mr. B. Shady, Mr. MDC 6121, Mr. Robin, Mr. Drummer, Mr. TC, Mr. Michael, Mr. Christopher, Mr. Cliff. Wow, we got the whole crew here this Monday. Welcome to Monday, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button and get it out of the way. Help me out. Help a brother out this last Monday. All right, let me get the... So I did get my new... I thought we lost light, but we're good. Whoa, what's going on? Just changed colors on me. Hold on just a second. I changed the color of the light. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So, last night in the pocket. Whoops. That is not the pocket. That's the pocket. All right. So, last night in the pocket, I had my ether again. I had to make sure I really liked it. And I do. It's a great knife. Glad I got it. It will go into the rotation. So what are y'all carrying this morning? 50-mile-an-hour winds, huh? Dang. We had some of that last night when I was driving to work. I about got blown off the road. And since this was OEM'd by Best Tech, I thought, why not take another Best Tech last night? Oh yeah, I got the new mats in. Here's one of them. And it's got the wave over here. I can't show the whole mat at the same time because it's longer than it is tall. But it's got this wave over here. So I can change it up. And the blue one is under it. Get it lined up right. There we go. So I decided to carry my other Best Tech that I have. And that is a Best Tech Supersonic, which is a knife I've always wondered why Sever didn't like more. I think Sever would like this knife if he ever got one or held one. Thank you, Drummer. I'll show y'all the rest of the ones I got here in a minute. Ed, no. They're $10. If you consider that pricey, it's enough for like 2 good screens. And I got them on Amazon. But you can get them even cheaper from AliExpress. Just got to wait a while. So I had 2 Best Tech OEM knives in my pocket. And then in my back left pocket, I have my Anthem again. My Anthem again. Couple of things today about the Anthem. We're going to look at some pictures. But I have not taken this knife apart nor have I seen a good picture or pictures of the parts and the internals. I don't know how to take it apart. Yeah, they're gaming mouse pads, Ed, is what they're listed as. But anyway, I haven't taken it apart. Kind of want to. I've got a chance now that I've got this other one that I won't, if I mess up, I'll still have one. Now, I'll get it back together. But I think we might take this apart at the end of the video today. If not today, maybe sometime soon. It'll be cool to see how it works. It's got a really cool mechanism. Since it's an integral and it's a crossbar, if you think about it, you have to be able to get all that apart without the handle coming apart. And so that's kind of cool. In fact, the crossbar, I can show it better in pictures, but there is a bolt that goes through here, and these are little nuts on the end. That the actual crossbar lock has nuts on it because that's how you have to disassemble it, because you can't pop it out like in normal crossbar lock knives. You can't slide it back and get it out of some kind of channel, and it's bigger on both sides, so you can't push it through. So it's a different kind of setup. And the coil lock up there in the top is attached by these two Torx bits right here. So you have to take that out as well. And then when you put it back together, I'm not so worried about taking it apart. It's the getting it back together part. You have to go in the right order, I'm sure. Yeah, I agree, Christopher. But when I was looking at this, I was like, how do you pull the crossbar out if both these sides are bigger than because it's an integral and they unscrew. And I took some pictures last night. I've got some stuff. Well, let's look at what everybody's carrying this morning first. Let's see. Anybody else hop in I didn't say hello to? What do you got in your pockets, B Shady? 32 and a little wet. Still in joggers. Empty pockets for now. For Ed. Andrew is listening but won't be able to chat for a bit. Morning, Andrew. Ohio River Jack. Nick. Just because the spring, it's still locking up the same way as an Omega spring. It's just got a coil spring, but it's still locking up with the crossbar. So I have to disagree with you on that. It's still locking up exactly like one. This is sitting on top of the blade, just like every other crossbar lock sits on top of the blade. It's just the spring is different. Still a crossbar doing the locking. The springs have nothing to do with how it locks up. But it is a crossbar lock. You said it's not a crossbar lock. It is a crossbar lock. It does not have the same spring. It's got the coil spring, just like this one. All right, so we got that out of the way. We might look at that. Oh, yeah. Michael has the dark mode Tri-Stash and the Bestech Sin. I don't know what the Sin is. Bestech Sin. So let's take a look at the Bestech Sin. This is the Bestech Sin. Wow, that's a nice looking knife. Yeah, that's a sweet knife. I hope you have the black one, Michael. B Shady's got the Mac 2, his Runt, his McBee Fixie, purple swirl dice, and a Forest Angry Tree Hank. Nice. All right. Couple of things I had to look at this morning since we're already over in the browser. We got to start with this one because it goes along with what I've been talking about. But a guy sold on EDC Exchange yesterday an Anthem, and he posted some really good pictures he took. And so I took the pictures and I matched a couple of them up. So, here are the screws. We're just talking about this knife, so might as well finish talking about it. All right. Here are the screws on the original Anthem that he was selling. So, it looks like they sit down in there and don't look the neatest on the original. This gap looks bigger. I know you can see what I'm talking about, but it could be the angle that the picture was taken at, but I don't think it is. I think it's off a little. And then this is the picture of the clone. They both, of course, have dirt in them. But I kind of like the fit and finish of the clone better. Once again, clone original. Clone original. Clone original. So then I went, and here's the Benchmade logo on the original next to the thumb stud. And here's the Benchmade logo on the clone. Can't see the thumb stud, but it doesn't have the registered, the R on the original. And the original just looks a little different. These are wider. I don't know. The stonewash finish shows through on the... This was put on top of the stonewash, and this was underneath the stonewash. So it looks a lot different. You can see where the stonewash hit these letters. And this was put on after the stonewash, and it looks like it's on top of the stonewash. So very clear which one is which on that area. And then here is the crossbar and the threaded bolt that I was talking about. And the pivot screw. And you can see right here, okay, on the top, right up here, you see this groove around this circle. On the clone, it's a lot smaller of a groove. They're both dirty. I got too much lighting on this one, but they're pretty close to the same. The shape of the outside right around in there is good. The size of this back part is pretty good. the lockup on the original one seems like doesn't have as much room to break in. Mine is hitting the blade and looks like it could wear out for a while and still have good lockup. But I thought those pictures would be cool to check out. And along that same line, this article talks about, can Benchmade really confiscate your knife if you send them a fake one? So, yes, they will keep your knife if you send it to them. So this was a very interesting thread because everybody talks about, the intricacies of owning a fake knife. He says down here at the bottom, this seems needlessly cruel because if you have gotten scammed, it's not really your fault that you're sending in a potentially bad knife. Plus, this doesn't really punish the scammer or the counterfeiting operation. It just punishes the ordinary customer. I cannot imagine how a customer would ever buy a knife from Benchmade if they were treated this way. Has this ever happened to anyone? Do they really just take your knife and that's it? Yeah, Ed, I can edit pictures. I just took it about 20 minutes before I left work and haven't had time since then. I didn't have time to run it through any kind of filter. That was just, I didn't have time to get ready for the video. But yeah, I could fix it where it looked closer. I just try to throw them together real quick. But thank you for the photo editing advice. Ed, you agree to it when you send it in. You're agreeing when you send it to them to have it worked on, that if it's not real, they can keep it. It's one of those little caveats when you sign up for their warranty or whatever. But yeah, that was a interesting article, and it came right after we're looking at this knife, so I thought it all kind of fit together. But this one sold for $759, and it's half serrated, but it looks almost dead like the one on my table. Yeah, it's a very good. This is a very, very good one. $759 or $170. I'd rather pay $170. Yeah, I've always wondered about that, keeping your knife when they confiscate it because it's a counterfeit. Because like he said, if you bought it on eBay and didn't know that you were getting scammed, wouldn't you need some kind of knife to return to eBay or the seller? So if they kept it, wouldn't that be like, yeah, that half serrated was ugly. Especially for $759. Good God. Yeah, but Nick, what if you buy it on eBay thinking it's a real one. Yeah, I couldn't imagine sending knives to them. All right, so I got some knives delivered last night, by one of those weird couriers that the Chinese are using now to get stuff here quickly. It's pretty crazy. I didn't even realize it was out there. How is it different just because one person knew and the other one didn't? No, Nick, it's like I said, when you send it in for that service, if you've signed up for the service, then in that fine print on the service of them doing a lifetime sharpening, they agree that if you agree that if you send them a knife and it's a fake, they destroy it. But anyway, I got 2 knives delivered yesterday, and they're both pretty awesome. This is the Kubey Hoback copy that I've been waiting on, and it's a lot better than I thought as far as the quality. Got some great quality. Ed, this would take great pictures. I like the pivots on it. Got some nice work. Robin, yeah, you can do that, but eventually they'll get cloned, most of them, unless you buy one-off customs only. But this thing is big. It's a big boy. And it's that new one that Daxi Store offers. So I got that yesterday. Well, it's got a weird cant to it, doesn't it? This is the one from Daxi Store, clone, of course, Ed. But it would be good for pictures. And they're not that expensive. I like the clip on it. And then the second one I got yesterday has some issues. Well, not really. It has a issue. And I hope it's not really an issue. But it is that titanium ZT 0203 that I got. And it is a great size knife. It is a big boy. I like the milling on it. I like the milling on it a lot more than I thought I would. And that's actually a very pretty pattern. You couldn't see it as good in the pictures as you can on here or in person. But the only problem I see with this knife, other than it being flipper tab only, I mean, it's a very nice size knife. It's a big boy. It's as big as that Kubey, but it's way bigger than the Ether. And it's even bigger than the Supersonic, which is a big knife. And it's way bigger than the Anthem. But anyway, it feels good in hand. Feels like it would do a lot of work. Nice flat grind. The lockup's good. The centering's good. No side to side or vertical play. It's got a lock bar insert. It's good to go. But the pivot, it didn't come with a pivot tool. I think it might be you again, Nick. I think your TV might be going out, buddy. I don't think, because I can see what it's broadcasting. I think it's plenty bright, but somebody else chime in. Tell me if it looks bright. I think it does. Morning, William. But yeah, I can't. The pivot is a Nintendo Tri-Bit. It's one of those. I've probably got one. That will work, but it didn't come with one, and that pisses me off. I hate when they sell you a knife and don't give you the tool to access the insides of it. But it's like Nintendo uses. I've probably got one in here. And if I don't have one in here, I've got one in another set. They're usually down here at the end. Dang it, I don't think this one has them. Wait, here they are. All right, they got lucky. They used a standard size tri-bit. Man, it took me a minute to find that little thing. I know y'all can see that little triangle. All right, I'm not as mad as I was, but I'm still not happy about it. I haven't gotten in here yet. Okay, yeah, I have. All right, well, it's a standard size tri-wing bit like on a Nintendo. Security screws. All right. Well, I don't know why I put that up. I got to use it again here in a minute. But everything else on the knife looked great, especially for the price. Both of these were like $100 a piece. I think this one was 90 and this one was 100. So not a bad price on either one of them. Man, that pivot is nice. That pivot is nice on that. It's got some very nice milling, and the lines are very clean. So yeah, that's a cool knife. I was afraid it wouldn't, and it's got that same handle like I was talking about on the Striders and stuff with the angle that fits perfectly into your palm. It makes it just feel sturdy as heck. It feels like you're planted, you could push as hard as you wanted to into something with that, and it would not push into your hand. Pretty crazy. Let's finish looking at the insides of this one, I guess. At least it's got standard screws everywhere else. So if you're ever on the clip side taking apart a knife and you need to know whether you need to take a clip screw out, flip the knife over and see if there's a screw at that place. And if there's not a screw in that same location, then you don't have to take it out to take the knife apart. And a lot of times when they have two, only one of them will come through to the other side. So that's the only one you need to take out. You don't need to take out the front one, but just a quick way to tell for people that are new to knives is just flip the knife over, and since that one doesn't come through to the other side, in most cases, you don't have to remove that one. to get the knife apart. So now I know I just need the pivot and that one screw and I'm good to go, and it should come apart. Man, I'm telling you what, CNC tolerances. Oh, I didn't even show y'all the craziest part of this one, and that's the backspacer. So check out the backspacer. It's got 6 stop pins that go across the back. Here, let me put it back together, and that's going to be fun to put back together too. But and the stop pin came out of here, so let me see if I can throw it back together real quick just to show y'all. All right, so yeah, the backspacer is pretty cool. It's got the regular backspacer and then 6 pins. Pretty wild. It's just got the regular cheapo bearings. It does not have a, these are my least favorite kind of bearings on any knife. These black polyurethane or whatever they are. I hate these bearings more than any other bearing. I like the white ones that are made like that, but not the black ones for some reason. All right, what are we talking about? Security torques. B Shady had a nostalgia moment about taking cartridges apart. Yeah, Cliff, I get it, but knives should be standard. Especially when some of them you can't find the one for. Like, luckily with this one, I was able to find something that worked. But a lot of the Shiro ones are so different, nothing will fit in them. They're pretty wild, some of them. These bearings are terrible. Assembling this knife is going to be a pain in the butt. All the pins wanted to stay in this other side. Even the stop pin for the blade. Pretty wild. So I'm going to have to flip all that upside down in order to get it together. Or I could pull this stop pin out, but it really is just stuck. Like, I can't pull that stop pin out. That's pretty wild. All right, it does have a D-shaped pivot. So which way does that need to face? Oh, no, it doesn't. Yes, it thought it did, but it doesn't. All right. Let's see if I can get this thing back together. Y'all be thinking of a knife you want to look up or look at. All right, why is the pivot not going in? I don't know, but I'm gonna, whoops, that's not the pivot. What am I doing? Give me just a second to get this kind of back together. Can't tell why the pivot's not going together. Man, this little thing's a pain in the butt. Yep, and I can't get much torque on it. There it goes. All right. Got all the pins in, the backspacer in. Everything's good. Now, does this have a D shape on it? Nope. But it does not want to go back through there. Great. Oh, it's not lined up. There it goes. Now we got it. All right, we're good to go now. Sorry. I got some more links we're going to look at, though. Let me just get this back together. Good grief. Do anything on video and it's 3 times as hard. That's what... All right. Finally. All right. We're back together. But I do like the knife. It's flipper only, so it's not really my thing. But it's also very long. Centering looks good. Let me see if I loosen it just a tad. All right. It's the lock bar pressure. It's not making it close. They're not letting it close. It's not the pivot. So if I want to tune that one later, I'll have to remove a little lock bar pressure. But anyway, those were 2 good pickups. And I thought they were lost coming from China. So I'm glad to see them show up. And like I said, they showed up yesterday. Like, what the heck? It's one of those couriers that uses Uber drivers and stuff to deliver their products. Yeah, so if you don't have one of those little screwdriver kits, you need to get one. All right, I got some more links for us to look at. The first one is this one. Wondered if y'all had seen this. The raccoon top liner lock. Good morning, Co-Bunny and Mr. And who else? MICILC? Mickle? Mickle. Good morning, peoples. Good morning, projectiles are sharp. So what do y'all think about the top liner lock raccoon? I think it's going to be nice like the rest of them have been. Yeah, it's got a standoff. I mean, it's got a backspacer instead of a standoff. They moved the hardware back on it. That's the thumb stud and the lock. Like they're using it as a secondary stop pin. They recessed the little cutout going towards the edge over there. They added jimping on the finger part, which is kind of weird. But you can see the jimping down there. I wondered when companies would start putting some down there. I like that touch. Right in there, jimping. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Pete's been talking about the warnies. Can you projectiles are sharp? Where can I see that? Somebody give me a link to look at the new PM2, or I can search it. Let me find it. Where's a link to it? Rex 121. $11 hours ago. The Tiger. Where did they have a link to it? Cutlery shop. Five-year project. Does he show it? There it is. All right, cutlery shop. $265. Which one's the? Yeah, that's it. Hex pattern orange G10 and hex pattern orange G10. Satin finish. Satin finish. What's the difference? Rex 121. Rex 121. All right, well, there they are. I just added them both to the wish list. The Tiger. That's pretty awesome. Let's go back, see if we can see it, get a look at it. I mean, he just held it up a second ago, but that's the regular. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. There's a good shot of it. Somebody better make some scales quick. Somebody call AWT and RG rock scale. Yeah, somebody better make some tie scales for them quick. Wonder if the same ones will fit. I'm sure they will. Yeah, the warning's been out. It's been impossible to find. They need to make a bunch of those. Yeah, Nick, I've heard talks in the background of a few things coming out soon that we need to look forward to. I can't get into a couple of them, but all right, here's another link I had that I thought was funny. Pakistani Damascus chef knives given to me as a Christmas gift. How many of you would refuse to use those to cut food? I wouldn't, that's for sure. Yeah, the guy that made the post said, I received some chef knives for Christmas, but should I just roll them up and tuck them away? Haven't heard the best things regarding the materials. And so, of course, everybody chimed in and told him yes. Uh, Put them up. Don't cut food with them. And then, what do y'all think about this EDC? You think dude's got it going on? I liked, yeah, they've also made with lead, Ed. They got lead in them. I wouldn't use them. Yeah, I thought the name of this post is very fitting. And this kind of just sums up most Reddit users. And he posted this, and the title of it is Rate My EDC. I'm insecure. Yeah, I drank from the garden hose for sure, but that's a little different than drinking from lead. At least by my time, they were trying to clean up asbestos and lead paint. But I thought the title was funny. I'm insecure. All right. What else did I have? Oh, this guy. What do y'all think of this first? Uh, it's his first plunge lock folder, and he's still tweaking the plunge lock. uh, I like it. I like the whole knife. I'm really curious to see what he comes up with the plunge lock. CPM 154 and hardware from Thai Connector. So that's something like I would want to do for my first knife. Buy the hardware from Thai Connector, buy a piece of blade steel, buy some titanium. He said he's just got a piece 6AL4V. So I thought that was pretty cool. Nobody had commented. So I threw him a comment and said it looked great. Yeah, people do need to develop herd immunity, and more things you're exposed to, the better in my book. All right, then I had one more I wanted y'all to see, and that was this new Lion Steel Skiff Frontier. And I don't know what this. Does anybody know more about S1 with one F? Anybody know anything about this brand? I guess somebody's already got a video to it. It's almost got the same pattern handle as this ZT on the table. They really put in their time to shoot the video for it. I'm sure it goes better with sound. All right, let's go look up and see what skiff is. Skiff, Ukrainian brand. Oh, it's Ukraine. So somebody's trying to capitalize on the Ukraine love. I got it. It's Ukrainian knife money. And they made one. Aha. It's 11,000 of those things. Let's see what 11,000 of those things to US dollar is. Ukrainian Rivnia. Rivnia? Rivnia. Ukrainian Rivnia. It's 260 US dollars. I didn't know what their money was called, that's for sure. Rivnia? What are we talking about? Nathan? Full-time knives? Who's Instagram? All right, this right here. All right, I see it now. Nice. I like it. I like the mill blade too. I like the old school blast cabinet.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Man, I gotta turn you off. Grateful said he liked it. That's cool. And Mo Patty. Very cool, very cool. Let me give it a like. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I want to make a knife. I got to make a folding knife. I just got to do it. I can buy the parts, you know, with a little elbow grease and some sandpaper, you can do amazing things if you're willing to put in the time, the hours and hours and hours and hours. I can get stuff to fit, I guarantee you. That's awesome. Glad to promote his stuff then. He's a good guy. Looks good so far. All right. Is that the last link I had? Yeah, except for there are 3. So, you know how after Christmas is the best time to buy Christmas ornaments and lights for next year because they go on sale for half price and all kinds of stuff. Well, that also counts for knives, and after Christmas is the best time to buy Christmas knives. So right now you can buy this Kaiser for $29.99. There's one of them. The other link is the green Christmas edition Nice Guy for $29.99. And the third one is the red Kaiser for $29.99. So you can get all three of those knives for less than $100, and they would make awesome Christmas gifts for next year or just Christmas collection. Yeah, I think 2026, I don't know if y'all saw my video somewhere at the end of one of my videos. I said 2026 will be the year that we go to an OEM to get some knives made. So I guess I'm meaning me, but with the help of y'all, we're going to go through the process and get whatever the minimum quantity of knives made by somebody this year. And my secondary goal is to have another knife design that gets made by somebody else. Yeah, these Christmas knives are just, good for gifts or if you want one. I've got a Kaiser collection, so I don't mind throwing them up, keeping them for giveaways. They'll be good for next year giveaways. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this pattern. I wish it had a thumb stud though. I think I might put a thumb stud in this knife and do away with the flipper tab. I've put thumb studs in knives before, and this one has got room for one. Nick, that's why I've got a 3D printer right beside me over here, so I can 3D print prototype all my knives. And I've already talked to a few guys that have had OEMs make knives for them, so I've kind of got a track on where to go. 300 quantity seems like the number I can get to from a decent OEM. And you have to be pretty confident to fork out the money for 300 knives. But I won't design something if I don't think I can sell. Yeah, Nick, you do have to make some prototypes, but the more that you can make with a 3D printer, the less you can get that cost down. That's why everybody uses 3D printers to prototype their stuff now, because they can get the R&D cost way down. If you get a good 3D printed version down, you shouldn't have to need more than 2 or 3 prototypes. And it really just depends on who you're working with, too. I'll tell you what, I found an OEM I might like enough to work with. And I ran across them because I've got that knife that was released by Lemifshi on AliExpress. I've got this knife, and so I've looked at it a lot with all the curves and how good the quality is and the inlays and the clip. and lots of things about it. And I like the quality of it enough to possibly try this OEM. It's got super smooth action. And the OEM that did this is Dream Tech. So this knife sells for about $170 on AliExpress. And it's that quality that I want. And the same knife on the Dream Tech site is a lot more money. And I started to look at some of their quality on some of their builds, and I really like it. Let's see. And that knife on here is right here, and it's $376. And the one I got, the one you can get on AliExpress, same exact knife, is only $170. But yes, I love the quality of that. So I started looking around at their website to check out their inlays, because you know how inlays match up and how all that stuff, and they have very nice quality. And Lemifshi also sells this one. I like the fact that they do inserts for the reversible clip. I like some of their use of materials. I like the overall quality, how they round things off. Everything looks great. But you can get this knife for about $140 right now on AliExpress. And they're $444 on their website. But I was looking at quite a few of these knives, and the quality on them looks great, and the inlays look great. Whoops. They're willing to do some wild designs, and it doesn't really matter to them as long as you get them the right CAD files, I guess. So I'm going to reach out to them and see, because I know if Lemifshi can sell one for $140 US, he's got to be getting it for $60. And getting a batch of 300 of those for $60 each, you know, is a little bit of money, but I think you could, I don't know. But there's the one he sells, same exact knife. You can get it, same exact one, and you can get it for $140 with a code. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, going through OEMs will be a cool process. Starting to lose my voice already this morning. I've got 5 or 6 OEMs I want to hit up. And I wouldn't mind starting out with one that does the quality of some of the good clones. Oh, I forgot to show y'all what else I found last night. I found this on eBay. And it's the 6-leaf branded Alpha Hunter It's the SL94. So they straight up did a clone and labeled it and everything. So that's pretty wild to me that they took that knife. This is the first one that I've seen that they actually just straight up labeled a clone and are selling it. There's been some that are close, but this is straight up the Alpha Hunter Apocalypse collab with Mech Force and Alpha Hunter Apocalypse. And they make so yeah, their 6-leaf is now producing them, and they have the DLC version too. Nobody bid on this one because I'm winning the bid right now at $98. So let me get this one and y'all can get the next one. But I'm going to try to snag this one for cheap. It ends in 11 hours. So nobody bid me on that one. They're going to sell plenty after this, but I don't want to pay the $152. I had to send back the one I got because of that late lockup. I couldn't deal with it. I told y'all I love the knife a ton, but that was one of the I've only returned about 3 knives to AliExpress, and I had to return that one last week. And they gave me the money back already, so that was cool. Nick, I'm not sure about that. Projectiles are sharp. I'm a firm believer that if it's meant to be, it'll happen, and if it's not, it won't. But it was probably stupid for me to show that until after I won it. But I'll only go so high on it, and I'll make them outbid me for where it's not worth my while anyway. So they'll end up paying more for theirs, and I'll get one on the next time around. So I'm not worried about it. What's supposed to happen will happen, and I either get it or I get the next one. I think if a lot of people live that way, this world would be a much better place. Just like I started to buy a knife on Knife Swap last night, and I made my offer, and the guy hit me with a counter offer, and I came up a little bit from my original offer, and then he said, no, I'm going to be firm at my price. And I said, well, thank you for your time. I'm sorry we couldn't come together on a price, and good luck with your sale. And it wasn't much money. It was just the point of the whole thing. I didn't need the knife. Don't really want the knife. I had a certain amount of money that I was willing to spend on it. If he's willing to take it, okay. If he's not, okay too. So I shot my shot. It wasn't meant to be. And I didn't really even like it anyway. And I'll show y'all what knife that was. It was an artisan cutlery knife. And I don't need an artisan cutlery knife. And I really don't like the frag pattern that was on this one. Whoop, that's not it. So it was this knife right here. No, it wasn't. Hold on. Let me find the post. All right, here's the post. And here's the knife. It's an artisan cutlery proponent. I didn't need it. I don't like the frag pattern, so why get it? But there was a price I was willing to pay for it. And if he would have taken that price, I would own it. But he didn't accept my price, so it's still for sale. Oh, it says sold on another platform. All right, well, good. See, it wasn't meant to be. He sold it on Facebook. And I hope the person that bought it actually likes frag knives and wasn't buying it just to have another artisan cutlery. So I'm not even mad he sold it. This is a pretty nice knife, though. The first one he had for sale. That's not it. Yeah, that's it. So that's pretty wild. I don't have the tool to open it. Dang it. He said I don't have the tool to open it. Those tools can be purchased. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet knife. The Artisan Century. Century front flipper.
All right, first up this week, handful of new exclusives to show you from Artisan Cutlery. New versions of the Centauri. Now,
hey, what about that one?
With a new handle material, not just for us, but also for Artisan Cutlery. Denim micarta.
Yeah, what about the denim micarta?
Well, companies out there use this, but like I said,
what about that version?
For Artisan.
I can live with that version.
Really well on these particular blades, I have to say. Or handles, I guess. I've seen a knife blade made out of micarta, but it
didn't last very long.
You know, it was a little ragged. Cool looking handles here, though. In any case, $110 for the small, and for
so they're available, aren't they? No, yeah. No, the only one available is the carbon fiber, but I want the denim micarta. All right, Artisan Cutlery, Centauri, denim micarta, eBay. There's one for sale. Wow, his lighting makes that micarta look terrible. I hope it looks better than that. I hope that's just his lighting. I don't know. That looks like a terrible color. Oh, there's a full tie one? Well, dang it. Why didn't I read the chat? Why didn't I read? Why is that my... Where's the full titanium one? I don't. Are you talking about? You must be talking about a different knife. I'm confused now because I don't see it. So where's the titanium one? Somebody give me a link. All they have is, oh, is it half carbon fiber and half titanium? I wasn't paying attention. The other side is titanium, isn't it? Yes. All right. Dang, why did they do that? That micro milling looks good though. Yeah, how sweet would that knife be if it had titanium on the other side? That would be a sweet knife. That's another one I need to make a titanium show side for it, huh? I need to buy a sheet of titanium and make a show side that'll fit on there. That would be fun to do. Doesn't look too complicated, except for that groove in the middle. That looks like a Dremel away. Huh. That might be a fun project. All right, I'll add that to my knife swap list. See if one pops up. Like I said, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, right? Knife swap, add keyword, Centauri, add an update. All right. See what we got here else to look at today. I got something else. There was something else around here I wanted to talk about. Oh, I guess maybe taking apart this was what I was thinking about doing. But man, I'm scared. I shouldn't be scared. This thing has super nice action. This thing is heavy. Let me show you how heavy it is. .55. Yeah, this thing's a chunker. 6.55 compared to 3.57. So 3 ounces more than this one. All right, do we attempt to take the Anthem apart or what? I'm not sure if we do or not. But this thing sure is nice, man. The action on this one, some of the smoothest, I swear it feels like skiffs. That's why I had to take it apart. When I got it. But man, this thing has some of the best action. But I think I'm going to like this one. I like the no branding. I like the clean lines. It's only got the logo there on the clip.
I don't know any clean. The movie, Game of Thrones Jerry West clip. The movie, quote of the day.
What? Yeah. The Anthem is going to be a pain in the butt. I think I might save that and just shoot a video of it when I do it. and just add that as a video to the channel for anybody that wants to see one disassembled and reassembled. Because I'll tell you what, if I have the bit that fits both the thumb stud and the crossbar in my little kit over here, I'll do it. If I don't have the bit that fits the crossbar in my kit and I have to go find the right socket, I don't want to mess with it right now. So let's see what sizes they came with. Andrew, yes. I was just talking about how much I like it. It's very nice. It weighs 6.5 ounces. Very good action. The lockup on it looks about 40%. No kind of lock rock or side to side. Clip looks nice. It's past the cutout enough that your pants won't get caught up in there. Clip feels good and strong. Yes, I do like it. But let's see if we got the right bit. Oh no, I've got a bunch in this kit. I got a bunch all down through there. Dang it. Why did I have to say this kit? Let me see which one fits it. I'm going to guess this one. All right, I was one size too small. That's usually how it happens. Dang, maybe I was one size too big. That hardly ever happens. Or maybe I need some weird shaped bit. I thought a regular socket would work. Dang, you have to go around the whole outside, maybe. None of those seem to fit it. Let me look again here. Could have sworn maybe I need one. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know about this. Could have sworn. Yeah, it's not. That's definitely not big enough. Okay. Think I need something different. Oh well, we're not going to be taking it apart today. That's for sure. I don't have the right bit. Good. I didn't want to take it apart today. But I'm a man of my word, so if that happened, I would have. All right. Put back up. Mine, put back in my pocket. I'm definitely carrying those two today. Put this one back up. This one, I really do think I'm going to put a thumb stud on it. Right in the ZT logo. I'm going to try to center it right on this curve. So right around the top of the T. I'm going to put a thumb stud on this one and take the flipper tab off. And I bet this turns into an awesome knife. I'm also going to do a cool titanium, a cool ano on this one. That clip is super cool. Oh, I wanted to show y'all, speaking of clips. So the clip of this one is very nice and kind of cool in the thought that went behind it. But let me show y'all on the breakdown picture what is so cool about that clip. So I didn't post the breakdown. Maybe I did. Oh, that's an awesome color on that duck. TC, we'll look at that in a second. Here we go. So look at the bottom of the clip, how it all comes down to one little point. So that's pretty cool with the different angles on the side of that. That's a cool touch. But how it all comes and slants up to that one little place. So that's all that's making contact when it goes in and out of your pocket. So that was well thought out. I like that idea. I'm trying to think of all these things that I want to incorporate in my knife and combine them all and do something special. Looks like Christopher posted his dock with some kitchen knives. Are those ones? Yeah, I still never got with you about getting some of those ones out of the dumpster to make some blanks out of. Mr. Ed did some modding. He did a brush finish on the show side of his. That looks cool. And then TC did a super cool color. Nice job, sir. All right, let's see. Anything else going on? Oh, yeah. Waylon did an awesome job polishing up and doing a Benchmade clone build for a bug out. He got a scratch on the scales and he had to sand it out. It looks like you did a fabulous job, sir. I wanted to show some love for that, so nice job. Like I said, the links for those 3 Christmas knives are in the links channel. And Sever showed a link to this guy's channel. He's got a Telegram and he's a Russian who sells a bunch of the Chinese knives that come out first. And he has a channel called Fargo. And basically all he uses his channel for is to promote the knives he's selling. But he has a Telegram channel in the links. And that's where he sells his knives, is on through the Telegram. But you can buy any of these knives that he's got. But the name of his channel is Fargo. And all he shows are the Chinese clones and stuff. So here's all the Kevin Johns that he's shown, etc. And if you go to his Telegram, you can contact him and buy them from him straight through his Telegram. But I'm not going to promote him any more than that. Because I've tried to reach out to him and I don't think he knows English well. That one needs to be tightened up. I don't know why I'm losing my voice today. There we go. All right. Yeah, my voice is pretty shot this morning. All right, guys, if y'all can't think of anything else you want to talk about today, I guess we're going to end this one up. Let me show you real quick where to get these two knives in case you want to. The Quieback and the ZT. Yeah, I've got coffee, Nick. I think I've been talking a lot during the night. Let's see here. AliExpress. Daxi store. And then take off the mobile part. And there we go. The Daxi store. So if you go to all products, you will see a bunch of crazy knives, including the Barker Hokkaido collabs, which are definitely made by the same people who make this Quieback. I've got one of both. And they feel made by the same company. They also make that crazy knife that Ed was asking about. And here's the ZT with real... Oh, by the way, it does have real S35VN blade steel. They have a bunch of different patterns. I bought that light colored one right there. But they have some cool anos you can get on that knife too. I got it for like $90 somehow. Don't actually know how. I think that's what it was priced. And then the Hokkaido, the Quieback is this one right here. And it also has real S35VN blade steel. And I got the one without the bright colors. I got the most tame one without tiger stripe that I could get, which I think was this. That's one I ordered, I believe. No, hold on. Yeah, I think this is the one I ordered. But the one I got is definitely a different color. You can see that one's a different... I got the plainest one that I could get. But anyway, that's where you can find both of those on the Daxi store. What are we talking about? Some giant knife? I like big knives. What are we talking about? You just got Tommy's first button lock knife? What's the size of this one? I don't know which knife you're asking about, Nick, but if you're asking about the Quieback, I don't think you're talking about the Quieback, but it's 9 inches. So it's a 4-inch blade and 5-inch handle, just like he said. So maybe it is. It's 9 inches. Here's it next to the here's it next to the Django XL. So there's a good size comparison for you. Here's it next to that that Night Horse, Dirk Pinkerton Night Horse, and next to the Django XL. And here's it next to, what else do I got that's big in here? Here's it next to the Terminator T1000 from Riot. So there you go. There's some comparisons. Yeah, it's a beast. It feels really good, though. The jimping feels good. I would prefer, I kind of like, I don't know, I'm getting to where I like the big jimping better. Because it always gives you a good grab. And it doesn't ever really hurt because they're bigger in size. So I'm getting to where I kind of prefer that big jimping on a lot of bigger knives. The smaller jimping is hit or miss whether you're going to slide right off of it or not. Michael, have a good day, sir. Yeah, it's got really good centering, really good action. I love the milling on the, and I don't know what's on the inside of it. I don't know if it's got the little 316 on it somewhere. All right. Oh, yeah, before we go, let me show you my new mats. So, y'all have seen that one. Here is the dragon one. It has a dragon head on this side. And here's how knives would look on it. And then the other side of it would look cool with just the dragon head peeking out. Like that. Without the shadows of it being curled. I don't know what's up with that shot. Oh, it's this box I got sitting here. And this. I don't know why I had those sitting in front of my light. Whoops. But anyway, here's another one of the mats. Then I got this one that has like a entrance. And knives would look like this on here. And this thing is centered so I could pull it either direction and have the little thing on one side with the tree over here. Or I could have it over here on this side with some rocks and stuff over here. So I can set it up either way. Then I got this one that I like a lot. This one has a scene where I can start out with the tree over on the left and have a little bit of the lake over here. And this is one of my favorites, actually. And knives will look like this on this mat, which stick out really good, I think, on this one. And then I can also pull this one over this way and show the huge house, which is pretty awesome. Because there's a giant house over here and a little bit of the lake, and keep the boat, maybe something like that, where you can still see the boat in it over here. So that's a good framing. But yeah, so that's that mat. And then this one's cool too. It's got blues and whites and red. So I could do something like that on that side, or I can have this bridge and part of the something probably like that. And knives would look like this on here. And then I think last but not least, now I got two more. And Co-Bunny, if you're still around, you will like this one. So this is a sword, and it starts right here, and it goes this way, and has the handle over here. So I would probably use it like that when I'm going to use it. Yeah, I got a bunch of new mats because I was tired of seeing holes in all my other ones. So there's that one. And y'all saw the rest of the sword. I could have it over here and just have a blade going through the middle, or I could stop it there. Thank you, mister. And then this one has a blue and a black and a white kind of color scheme with a little bit of red around down here around the house. That's at the very back edge. But I can set this one up where you can see the tree over here. So it goes all the way to over here. So I could have that scene, or I could have that scene, or I could have just the house. But yeah, I was tired, like I said, of having holes and having dirt in all of them. So I'm going to try to be better about taking care of a few of these. He says as they all fall in the floor. Whoops. I just hit the camera. Oh well. And this black and red one. It's almost a little too bright. I need to turn down the... And then this orange one. And then I like this one a lot too. And then back to the one we started with, which is on top of my old one with cuts on it. Thank you, Waylon. But I picked this one today, and y'all haven't seen the other side of it. But over here, We got the sun and a little bit of wave. I kind of like where the wave crests like that. That's a pretty cool placement. Yep, and the green screen is down underneath here, which we can turn into anything. So if I go to that, where did my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, if I go to that and I turn on the green screen, and boom, we got see-through. And we got video. So yeah, with the green screen, we got that. We got anything we want. High-tech style. And of course, I can pause any one of these for just a cool background picture. I can just hit pause. Well, all right, guys. I guess we're going to get out of here again today. Y'all have a great day. It is Monday before the new year. I think New Year's Eve, I'm going to have a live stream some point around 8 to 10 Central Time. So if y'all want to pop over for a few minutes and join us, I guess I'll announce that now. But Wednesday night, before I go to work, we'll hang out for a little while. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. We will do it again tomorrow. And anyway, guys, I don't know what else to say, but thank you. Have a great start to your work weeks. Have a great Monday. And don't do nothing I would do.